everyone. So for our walking tour, the first thing that we wanted to show you all is our beautiful orchard that we just planted this past spring. The most exciting thing about the orchard is that we're also going to work on a gray water system, and that pretty much means that we're going to take the water from our washer that would normally just go and be wasted after one-time use and siphon it up here to water the orchard. The next part that we want to show everybody is this amazing fence and nook for our garbage and recycling made by Accountable Hands. And Accountable Hands, as you know, employs some of the adults and youth in the community, making employment options, especially during COVID when everybody got laid off, a possibility. The next little area to show is where our brand new leach field is after our septic fiasco over the last summer. And thanks to some generous donors, we were able to replace the septic and also keep all the houses in the community. At one point we were worried that we might have to sell a house in the community in order to replace the septic, so we feel so grateful for that incredible support.
And hopefully in the spring there will be wildflowers and wild grasses in this dirty field.
The nice thing about that is that we can focus on planting things that use a little bit of water, and that will also help with our beautification and sustainability efforts. Our next stop is going to be the chickens, and we just welcomed the chickens over the past year, and we're getting ready to actually welcome a few more.
We're in the process of expanding our chicken run. We added a chicken house. We currently have 5, one of which is laying, but hopefully in the spring all of them will lay.
Our most favorite thing about the chickens is that our youth are all very aware that they're here and will come out and try to be first to get the delicious eggs that they lay. So now we're just going through a bit of our potential zone, which means that this is all areas that we hope to beautify and make beautiful use of in the future.
We received a greenhouse from an old carport that we're hoping to install somewhere around here. We're still deciding on best light, best area for that.
Yes, and so then with the greenhouse, the hope is that our local vegetable and herb growing can be something that we do all year round. And now we're headed into our community garden, and our community garden is sustained by one amazing housing partner, Francis, and Becca, our sustainability coordinator, mainly with the help of volunteers, the youth, work days, and other folks who come out and help us with it.
We've currently put our garden to bed. This year we're doing cover crops and in-house composting, and so we've made a couple compost piles. This is our most recent one. We're integrating some biodynamic practices as well, and it's cooking. We're excited to see what comes out of this one.
Over the last summer, I think our most popular yields were the beets and the onions, and we produced how many pounds of food?
I just feel like 400 pounds.
Yeah, our sustainability coordinator told me the exact number yesterday, but it was quite a bit and very lovely. Becca, as you hear this, you can type into the chat how many pounds of food we produced. So then the next little row to see is our little sheds that are popping up. This first one is for the garden and the sustainability group. And then the second one, thanks to Accountable Hands, got moved from one of our other properties all the way up the street to find its home here. And in here we have bins that have all the families' names on them. And so as donations come in, we sort them and families can come and get what they need. That's a huge part of keeping costs low for families and allowing their limited finances to go towards long-term stability and financial health. So now we'll continue our journey into the house where we'll take a quick peek at our beautiful new kitchen. This summer we also had our old kitchen kind of come to head, where we recognized that we couldn't open any of the drawers or cabinets and the floor was buckled. So Accountable Hands came to the rescue and built this beautiful new kitchen, new cabinets, floors, countertops. A lot of the material was salvaged from their other demolition work, and we're just really proud of the good work that they did. Next, we have our dining area and our community wall. We're gonna get a nice little quick shot. So this is in chronological order. Everybody who has joined the community and is now a part of the community in one way or the other.
Including our puppies. Top it off with the Rockstar.
And last but not least, definitely the encore is our new and beautiful community space. This was made possible by a couple of very generous donors who helped us turn our garage into the Spruce Community Room. So the hope with Spruce Community Room is that we have our pantry where families can come and get food, hygiene items, household items, those types of things. Again, with a focus on making sure everybody can have access to healthy and affordable food options while using their scarce finances for long-term stability. In this room, we also have a little children's nook where a lot of our children come to play on a daily basis. It's a place for our volunteers who also help us with childcare to be able to have a space for the children. It's an additional meeting space, homework space, and hopefully stage where we'll have music played when we can do big festivals and big group events at some point in the future. The last thing is through the door that you all see is a studio, and one of our young adults who has stepped up in her role in the community to help us with the youth and children in the home. It's her place to now live, and so our hope is in the future to always have a coworker, young adult who's able to live in that beautiful space.
And our hope really for this room from the beginning has been flexibility. So really making it whatever it needs to be in that time and in that space. And we're so thankful to have this. It's been a dream since we bought the house 5 years ago. So
yeah, so that will do for a little pre-video tour.
Take it back live in the studio.